Welcome to the FitMama Podcast, where it's all about gaining your health back as a busy woman and mom, and doing it without sacrificing time with your family or business. Here is your host, mompreneur and FitMama health coach, Angela Campbell.
All right, you guys, today it is time to talk about calories, macros, all the things. And the title of this, the topic of today's training is all about why not all calories are created equal. Okay, so if you're able right now to hop on live, say hi, let me know that you're here. I'd love to say hi back to you. And yeah, let's get into it. And I want to know right now, like if you are able to hop on live right now, or if you are catching this later, because I know most of you catch this on replay, when you get out of work and do all the things, tell me which you do. Do you count calories? Put calories in the comments. Do you count macros? Put macros in the comments. Do you do both? Put both. And if you do neither, put neither. Okay. Some of you guys had answered a question like this to me, already the other day. And I love seeing the difference, right? And I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about calories, a little bit about macros, a little bit about what we do in our coaching programs as we take women through a journey. And excuse the background noise. My son that's why I'm a little bit late today. My son is all over the place this morning, and I had to move outside of my office today so that I can have eyes on it for sure. Hey, Shauna, what is up? How are you this morning? And so again, excuse the background noise, and here's your warning. You may have a crazy 3-year-old little boy in the video today. But again, I want to talk about this. Before we do that, there's so many shout outs that I want to give today. And we'll definitely be doing more, but I want to definitely shout out 2 people that just hit a really, really big milestone in our program. So Daisy Fulmer is working so hard, and she's been consistent with macros and calories, as well as workouts, and showing up for herself and changing her mindset as well along the journey. Is officially down 15 pounds. And let me tell you guys about Daisy. Daisy is crazy consistent. And that's what it takes. And Shauna, if you're still on, you're the same. Consistency is key. So if you struggle with consistency, put consistency right now in the comments, because I tell you, whether you're counting calories, or you're counting macros, or you're just intuitively eating, or even if you're following a different diet that's out there right now, consistency is key with all of it. With your workouts, perfection is not key, because perfection does not exist, but consistency is key. For you to truly get the results that you want, right? So if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to lose fat, you're trying to do all the things, you're trying to be a healthier version of you. You don't have to be perfect, but you got to be consistent if you truly want the results that you're looking for. And even more importantly, if you want to get the results and keep them, right? So, but first, Daisy's the queen of that. Daisy from day one has been crazy consistent, is officially down 15 pounds. But let me tell you, there's been weeks in there too that the scale didn't move. Okay, and listen up, because if you're someone right now that the scale doesn't move week after week after week, and you get frustrated and then you quit, I want to share her story a little bit, because it got stuck there for a little while. We made adjustments, we made changes, but she never stopped, and she never stopped being consistent. And just these last 2 weeks has dropped 4 of those pounds. So huge power behind consistency. Same thing with Jennifer Murray. A happy anniversary to Jennifer Murray. Just had 25-year marriage anniversary this past weekend, and I share that because she had such a massive goal that she wanted to get under a certain number without sharing all her numbers. She's lost 19 pounds since April, but let me tell you, her and I've worked together for years, and her scale stayed stuck for a really long time. And what really started making the change is up here, because she started daily working on her mind, changing her mental health and strength, but then also at the same time increased the calories and the macros that we set, and we were encouraging her to do for a really long time, and finally results starting to come, and it's been consistent results, right? So just say congrats to Jennifer at the bottom. She finally hit under that big number that she was trying to, right in time for her anniversary. Okay, so let's get into today's topic, macros and calories, right? So in our FitMama programs, we do a little bit of both. And I will be 100% honest with you. There's other programs we do where we don't count numbers, period. We have a Jumpstart Detox program. We're going to have another one coming up that's going to start on August 23rd, where it has zero to do with macros or calories. You don't count either. And women are losing between 5 and 10 pounds during that program. And that's an 11-day program. Put detox in the comments if you want information. Again, the next one's coming up August 23rd. If you're in any of our other programs, you get to be a part of that regardless. But the biggest thing is majority of our women are doing things with macros and calories. Now, not all calories are created equal, and that's the big point that I want to get across to anyone that's listening today, because there's so many differences of opinions and there's so many things that work. I'm going to tell you what I do may not work for every single person, okay? And I know that, and I realize it, and I want you to know that, right? Calories and macros may be something that creates more stress and anxiety in your life, and if that's the case, then there's a different route that I would go with you, right? But macros and calories, which one do you pay most attention to? The biggest thing is I want you to understand, if you count just calories, if just calories is what you're counting, say I'm sticking to a 1,300 calorie diet or whatever. I'm not going to sit here and say everybody needs this certain number, because everybody's different. And every single woman I know in our programs, it's customized to them. Nobody has the same exact calorie number or macros and all the things. It's all different, varied based on that individual person. And that's a huge important thing. There's not one cookie cutter number of calories for every single person. I will say, if you watch any of my videos, you're brand new to the group, you're probably going to hear this of me many, 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 many times. There's a really big, I don't even know what the word is. It's society in today's world has created this belief that less is more. Like, I need to starve myself in order to get results. I'm a big advocate of the opposite. And there's proof behind people getting results. We need to actually eat in order to get results, right? But here's the thing. If you're just counting calories, so say you do put a number on it, and I'm shooting for 1,300 calories a day to try to lose weight because that's what Google said, right? Or somebody told you that, right? Or maybe your doctor told you that. I can't tell you how many times doctors will throw out a number to shoot for, but guess what they don't do is they don't tell you what should my 1,300 calories consist of. And that's what macros come in. Hey, Bree, what's up, girl? Rocking your results as well, too. And so if you're just counting calories, will that help you lose weight? Yes. Okay. So if you're counting calories, I'm not here saying it's the wrong way to do it, because it's totally not. If you're counting calories, it will help the scale move. Okay. But where macros come into play is macros are going to be the thing to pay attention to, what your calories are made out of, or what is making up those 1,300 calories. Okay. And that's where you're going to be able to keep the weight off, and more importantly, lose fat. Okay. And especially belly fat is where a lot of our women are struggling with. And that's where, if you're in this group, more than likely, due to the name of the group, that might be an area you're struggling with. So if belly fat is something you are struggling with, put belly fat in the comments. And let me tell you, most of our women, the biggest area that they change as far as inches wise and shrinking is in their belly. Because we focus on, yes, we have a calorie goal, but more importantly, we're focusing on macros. And I want you to know how much protein you need to have, and make sure that you're getting it. How many carbs, how many fats, and guess what? We also need fiber in our diets, ladies, right? To get where we want to be. We teach all that kind of stuff, right, though? But if you're trying to just lose weight and the scale is the only thing that matters to you, then calories is fine. But if you're truly trying to make a change that will last for a lifetime, and truly make the body changes that you want to have, you want to trim up, you want to tone, you want to lose belly fat, you want to actually keep all these things, keep the results. Macros play a big role in that, okay? And so not all calories are created equal. And what I mean by that too is, like, you can have 1,300 calorie diet, but it's full of carbs and fat and barely any protein. But the thing with that is you're not going to see near as much longevity, long-term results, and fat loss, okay, inches dropping, than the person that's actually focusing a little bit more on making sure they got a right amount of carbs, a right amount of fat, and definitely enough protein. Okay, so focusing a little bit more on macros will help you actually reach the calories that you need, right? So here's the beauty of it. If you're focused on your macros, and you're trying to shoot for these certain macro numbers that is customized to you, the person, because we're all different, okay? then you're going to hit your calories. So you don't need to obsess over both. Okay, focus more on your macros than anything. We typically set a protein goal first with our women, right? Like we give you all the numbers and all the goals, but we typically focus on protein first. Why? And here's the thing: if you're someone who likes to know numbers, 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. Okay. But here's the beauty of protein: making sure you get enough protein in your diet is what is going to help you lose fat, change your body, because protein is a key component of building lean muscle, okay? Okay, the more lean muscle you have, guess what? The higher your metabolism, the more fat you burn, okay? And here's why. When you're making sure your body is getting enough protein, your body takes work. It takes work to actually digest. And so it takes longer for your body to actually digest protein. Why is that important? Why is that a positive thing, Angela? My body has to work harder, so why would I do that to my body? Why? Because it's going to help you burn fat. But it's also going to help you regulate your blood sugar. If anybody's blood sugar, especially if you're diabetic, this is very important to you. Regulating your blood sugar has a positive result also on your metabolism. And like I said a while ago as well too, more protein is going to help you build muscle. The more muscle we have, the toner we're going to look, the more our bodies are going to change. And I don't mean bulky, manly muscle. Like there's things that you have to do in order for a woman to get the bulky, manly muscle. I mean, if that's your thing, there's definitely a way to do that. I don't know. I haven't ever coached anyone that's what they want. But do know, making sure you get enough protein, making sure you get enough food, make sure you're lifting weights and doing a little bit of cardio is not going to make you have manly muscle. So if that's a fear of yours, squash it real quick now, right? And then the other macro that is very, very important is carbs. Okay, there's a big fear in today's world of carbs. Carbs are not the devil. Carbs are not going to make you gain weight. If you cut out carbs, will you lose weight? Yeah, but that's also the one key macronutrient. If you cut it out, you lose weight. If you put it back in, guess what happens? Gain. And I don't know anybody that wants to lose and gain and lose and gain and lose and gain. Most of the time, as we are speaking to women, whether it's just a conversation, giving them tips and advice and support, or truly taking them through any of our programs, they're sick and tired of losing the same weight over and again. Okay, and so carbs, same thing. 1 gram of carb equals 4 calories, if you even care to know that. But the thing about carbs is your body's preferred source of energy. But the thing is you can burn through carbs really fast. So when it comes to the digestive part of your body burns through carbs really fast, usually in about 30 minutes. So for example, if you've ever eaten like oatmeal by itself in the morning, have you ever noticed, or banana or anything like that, right? Just carbs by themselves. Have you ever noticed like in 30 minutes I'm starving? Or hungry and I'm like, I need some more food. If this is you and you've ever noticed that, put me in the comments and just let me know if anybody else is grasping what I'm saying here. It's because your body's just burning through it really fast. Your brain uses carbs. You guys, your whole body uses carbs. Okay? But couple that with a protein and guess what? You stay fuller longer because your body's working to digest that protein. Okay? So again, but your carb is your body's preferred source of energy, you guys. Your brain, if you want to function mentally and actually show up and be able to focus and do all the things and be in a good mood, carbs are your friend. We don't do super high carbs in any of our programs, and we don't go super low either. We're right in the middle. We're a little bit of moderation. And eating clean carbs. Typically, we stay away from breads, pastas, and things like that. Not forever. We don't eliminate anything forever. We don't restrict anything forever. Moderation is key. Put moderation in the comments if you need to just remind yourself of that, right? But your body burns through carbs really fast. So important, again, couple it with the protein. And this is where macros come in. If you have your macros and you're counting those a little bit more than your overall calories, these things will happen for you. And then of course there's fat. Fat is the other big macronutrient. Okay, fat. 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. Okay, this is why you can eat, something with 10 grams of fat and have way more calories than if you did with fat and carbs, right? With protein and carbs. But the beauty of fat, like you need healthy fat in your diet. Okay? Yeah. Sorry, again, my son is trying to make an appearance. But the thing about having healthy fats, the 3 healthy fats are positive for all kinds of things. You guys, it helps with your digestive system. Omega fats help with your inflammation in your gut. Jumpstart Detox program that we run, our meals are all full of high healthy fats. Hey. Right? So, but the thing about having healthy fats in your diet, it's also good for cell health. It's also good for your brain. It's also good for your heart, you guys. All these health journey and the things that we teach and the things that you should focus on aren't only for what we look like on the outside. We need to be healthy on the inside. And so having healthy fat in your nutrition has to do with all kinds of things. Brain health, heart health, same thing as protein. Fat also keeps you fuller longer. Okay, which again helps regulate your blood sugar and keep you from just gorging and binging in the pantry because you're so hungry. Okay, omega fats, some really healthy ones I'll share with you guys that I know I really encourage a lot of the women that we work with to have. Healthy fats can be flaxseed, chia seed, hemp seeds, hemp hearts. Okay, you can take a fish oil supplement. We've got some of those. And so, again, having fat in your diet is a positive thing, okay? But when it comes to macros, I know with what we typically coach when we get way more customized into the person, we have the lowest percentage is the fat, the medium percentage is the carbs, and the highest percentage is the protein. Protein is usually about 40% of their diet. So if you need a number of 40% of your diet, make it protein. So the biggest thing that I wanted, again, to get a point in today's training, if you have questions, definitely drop them below. Charlotte, I always seem to go over in fat. It's honestly, it's very common at first. It's a process. It's the best thing I can call it. It's a process learning how you can keep high protein with lower fat and then moderate carbs. And the biggest thing that you can do is look at your choices of protein. Are you eating more leaner proteins like fish, turkey, chicken? Even eggs are going to be higher in fat, but you can totally have them. You can even do red meat once in a while. You guys, I don't tell anybody to cut out red meat for the rest of your life. You don't need red meat. No, like we had a steak the other night. But the beauty of it is if you know you're going to have a source of meat or protein that is higher in fat, like red meat, or anything along those lines, then make the rest of your day a lot leaner foods. Like, for example, you don't want to eat eggs for breakfast, almonds for snack, red meat for lunch, and then hummus and avocado and something along those lines for snack, and then more red meat at dinner, because then you're gonna be over your fat for sure. Gotcha, Brie. My problem is that I prefer fats over carbs. Love my milk and cheese. Well, here's the thing that, Brie, we can totally work with you in knowing that you can totally have your cheese and your milk, and you can totally do that and meet your macros. It's just a matter of we just need to play with your numbers and make sure the rest, if you have those things planned into your macros, then you can clean up the rest of your day and have it a little lower fat everywhere else and make it work. I promise. We'll definitely work with you on that. So again, the biggest thing I wanted to share with you today on today's video is not all calories are created equal. So if you're just counting calories, the scale's going to move for you more than likely, but you very likely may not keep them off if you're making sure you're not getting things like enough protein. Protein is the first thing that we focus on when it comes to individually. Why? Because it's the most important macronutrient for you to lose belly fat, especially lose weight and keep it off. But more importantly, change your entire body composition. And so we prefer to focus more on your macros than your calories. We do a little bit of both, but if you're over protein, all good. If you're a little bit over calories because you made sure you hit your protein and maybe went over in a few areas, all good. I'm looking at your macros way more importantly than I'm looking at your calories. Okay, don't starve yourselves, ladies. We cannot starve ourselves. If you starve yourself and don't eat enough food, you're going to create more belly fat than you want. That's what's going to build up. Okay, so if that's something you're struggling with, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to chat with you about any of the things. We have amazing coaches that work with us. Like I said, we got another detox coming up on August 23rd. If you want info on that, it's really awesome program that a lot of women have amazing results. And even after that program, a lot of women are continuing their amazing results because they learn so much during even just the 11 days. So other than that, if you've got questions, drop them below. Send me a message. Get in my inbox if you have more and detailed questions. I'd love to chat with you. Otherwise, Here's the last thing I'll leave on this note. Macros and calories may not be for you. Like I said at the beginning of this, some people I know have truly, like the idea of counting, like I've got some women, we don't count. We don't count. We work more on specific habits based on what I know they need in their nutrition that would really help them get to where they need to be when it comes to numbers. But numbers are a thing that stresses them the heck out and creates more anxiety. And if that's you, know that there is a way to do it. You don't have to count calories and macros. Is it going to help you get exactly to where you need? Absolutely. Will you get faster results? Sure. But my biggest goal is to do it for a while and then eventually make it where you know what your body needs because you've been eating the same macros for a while or changing it up a little bit. But you've been making it a lifestyle. Eventually you can get to a point where it's more intuitively eating. You just got to make sure you don't go under calorie and starve yourself. So you don't feel like you have to track for the rest of your life because you don't. But you've got, if you eat it as a lifestyle, get into the habit of it, understand your body, and then eventually you can get to a place where maybe check yourself once a month, make sure you're staying on track and not going way under, and then you're good to go. So if you got questions, again, let me know. Otherwise, have an amazing week. Anybody that's in here, tag your friends in here if they need to see this. And you guys have an amazing day.